Honor guards, please make their way to the field. Ladies and gentlemen, the final number of the 2001 football team that we are here to honor today, U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Frank Edward Adams III. Frank was killed in action in Afghanistan on March 29, 2011. We ask you now to ceremonial silence for Frank, and representing him here tonight is his father, Frank Adams Jr., and his stepmother. Please stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. Although Will could not be in attendance tonight, Captain Will Hernandez did write a little story about Frank. To do my best to get through this. Frank writes, Will writes, Staff Sergeant Christopher Rudzinski was a soldier in his platoon while stationed in Germany in 615. Military Service Company. We worked together for about 3 years, whether it was tactical field training, police duties, playing softball, having talks while fixing our Humvees in the motor pool late in the evening. He was one of the best soldiers we'd ever seen. When he told me he wanted to transfer to a unit where he could conduct military police investigations full time, I did everything in my power to get that position for him. He deserved it. He was accepted, but told he must deploy to Afghanistan one last time before entering the program. He jumped at the opportunity to serve his country for a second time, having been to Iraq 3 years prior. While Chris was deployed in Afghanistan in November of 2009, Sergeant Ski was killed by a roadside bomb during a mission training Afghan police, leaving behind a loving wife named Carolyn and a beautiful 1-year-old boy named Ryan. Will spent days in his room in Afghanistan trying to wonder why it hadn't been him. Guy who had everything going for him in his life and career made him realize he was just like every other man or woman killed in action, and the each had loved ones thinking the same thing. Will has unfortunately lost others close to him from this war, but Sergeant Ski definitely hit the hardest until March 29, 2011. Will remembers being stationed in Germany as a lieutenant and was visiting his battalion headquarters to take care of some administrative duties. One of his soldiers went to Taco Bell, but while standing in line, a familiar face turned around. There was Frank standing in front of him. We hadn't seen each other in a couple years at that point, and I knew he was stationed in the area, but we had not had a chance to meet up. Being the top-notch soldier Frank was, he didn't know how to approach me, began to render me a salute. I slapped his hand away, picked him up and hugged him, twirling him around like he was my wife I hadn't seen in months. Over the next hour, we sat in that Taco Bell in Hanau, Germany, catching up and sharing stories. Ironically, we even brought up how he'd always go to the Taco Bell in Connecticut after working out in the spring of 2001, preparing for senior year of football. From that day on, we kept in touch and even met in Germany a couple times. I'd call him for military advice, and he'd do the same. When I got the call from my best friend, John Barry, I was in Washington, D.C. training for my second deployment to Afghanistan. Words can't describe how I felt as this sunk in. I've been through this before, but it was just different this time. In a way most people cannot understand. When you lose a soldier, part of you feels like we all expected this at any time. With Frank, who was the best friend and brother, this was different. As I went through the motions over the next couple of weeks, prior to going to Afghanistan, I didn't know how to take this. If anything, the urge to go back over there became stronger, as I wanted to go and do anything I could to prevent this from happening to another young man or woman. When I arrived in Afghanistan May 1st, I spent the next several months engulfed in my job, focusing on Frank and doing everything I knew to make Frank proud. Waking up in that country every day and seeing his pictures and football jerseys hung on my plywood room. I felt the instant adrenaline to devote another day to his life. Will will be heading back to Afghanistan this coming May for his third tour. And every day I am there will continue to be devoted to Staff Sergeant Frank Hampton. Every day I look down at my quick action military bracelet with Frank's name on it. Never forget what he did for us. Ironically, that red bracelet, just today I was conducted the same problem Frank was killed. Killed 88 prisoners, 16 dozens of others. The most important part is we lost zero very high. All the better, and I'm not there with you guys. I have not been able to get through these words. Well, I'm sitting here typing this, and I lost it on the second paragraph. The day I came to work for assistant targeting terrorists in Afghanistan. It's the most fulfilling job I've ever had to do. This good day, Frank. I'll never forget what you did for us. Although I wish we could stay in an in person, I congratulate you. Puts me at ease knowing with the inner spirit next to me, day and night, protecting me, give me the strength to make me proud. Love you, brother. Signed, Captain William Hernandez, Military Police, Insurgency Illinois. This time, everybody please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem by the Plainfield High School Marching Band.